it's Megan and I'm back for another Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 49 and I'm so glad to be filming. My name is also Stitching Moon here in Flosstube, and it's been some time because it's been so busy moving, baby, yeah, you know what, toddler, not really toddler anymore, preschooler. So I'm finally gonna film, and I might have to do this in segments because my baby is napping right now and we'll see how long he sleeps. So yeah, I'm here in my new house, yay! And as you can see behind me, the view is just incredible. I hope the lighting in here is okay. I have another light in front of me and some natural light, but we'll see how that goes. I'm a little out of practice. I have a few notes here, but I'm so excited because I have a finish to show you, and actually an old finish from before that I haven't shown yet, and some haul, and then I'll talk a little bit about my plans going forward. So a little life update at the end as well. But I'm sure you guys know what this finish is going to be if you've followed my channel before, and also my Instagram, Stitching Moon. But it's my birth sampler for my son. He's now 4.5 years old. I mean, 4.5 months. So yeah, I've been just focusing on this partly because it's been just the easiest thing to grab, just having one project to focus on during all this hectic commotion. So yeah, I focused on it. I started it in last summer of 23, finished it just now in March. It's March 6th, 2024. All right, so here it is. Oh, it's not ironed because I literally just finished it and I wanted to just get going filming again because I don't know when my son will wake up, but it is done. I'll move in closer so you can kind of see. The lighting is not the best, I'm sorry. And I don't have anything to put behind it, but this is called A is for Arc from the Historical Sampler Company. And I got it as a kit. I'm not sure if you can just get the pattern, you probably can. And it was great because the kit had plenty of floss. I have a lot left over in each color, which is awesome. So some kits just don't do that from other companies, so that was really nice. And it's on 32 count linen that came with the kit. And these little, I mean, some of them have, you know, some stitching, but they're not long to stitch. Like, they don't take too long. So I was able to finish it up quickly. I mean, I was very tired of stitching letters, and then I just did his name. But yeah, it looks so good. I love how the vintage look of it. And it's in kilograms because I am living in Norway and they do metric. But if you're new, I'm from the US living in Norway. But I did do the date in US way. So here they actually put the number of the month first. I mean, like the date, like if you're born on the 15th, they would put that first and then the month number. But I did it the US way with the month first. So, it works out because he is half American and half Norwegian. So, yeah. So happy to have it done. But I'm not gonna frame it for a little bit. I think I'm gonna wait and do it for his first birthday as like a first birthday gift because it is very expensive to frame here. And I think I'll actually lace it first myself. We have a little framing place in town. They also do like other craft things, and I can just go there and have them cut like a board for me, and then if I lace it myself and bring it back, it's going to be much cheaper to frame. So that's my plan. But yeah, yay! See, focusing on one thing, you can get things done pretty quickly. Even though I haven't had much stitching time. Right before the move, I had a little bit more, but yeah, I really haven't had much. There were days I didn't stitch on it at all and still managed to finish it. So yay, and thank you to all who's been like following along and commenting on Instagram. That's been fun. So let's see, the other thing I want to show you is actually a finish that I did right before I started Flosstube that it was a gift. It was something I stitched for, it's my husband's second cousin, who, I think it was her great grandmother had stitched her a piece and she had lost it, but it was a kit. So she found the kit and sent it to me and wanted me to stitch it for her. But she recently found the original one. So of course, she wanted that for sentimental reasons. So she sent me back the one that I had made for her. So here it is. Really cute. It's actually an 11 count Aida. It's a soft Aida. And it came in a kit from Permin, which is a Scandinavian company. I forget what it was called. I want to say it was like Letter Doves or something like that, but it was in Norwegian. But yeah. Yeah, it was nice. I remember I was a monogamous stitcher at this time as well, so it went pretty quick, especially being on 11 count. So that was nice that she gave it back. So now I can have it. Yeah. Then I don't have much more actual stitching to show you except for what's going to be in my plans, because I didn't do any except for this. So this might be a quick floss tube. However, at the end, I'm going to put a clip of my new stitching room, because that's what I have here in my new house. I'm so excited. I haven't been able to use it yet, but I will get there eventually. So that's where I plan to do my full coverage, because I have my Lowry stand up there and I'm trying to have less actual stitching mess down in our living room. So now I just have a little magazine holder with one or two projects that are smaller that I can work on as we're watching TV. Or if I have some time, yeah. But anyway, that's going to be my downstairs stitching, and then my bigger stitching that I need to focus on more, or have more focus as I'm stitching, will be up in that room. So that I'll put at the end. But first, I want to show you some haul that I have. I had it last time and I just didn't have it handy to show, but now I have some, and these I got on eBay. I was in a mood, I just needed to get something. 2 kits, of course, and there's actually another one that I have back in the US because I had sent it to my mom and she's gonna bring it next time she comes. But actually this one, both of these I got inspired to get from watching a kit parade. And I think I said last time I would link her below and I didn't. So I'm gonna try and find her again and link her below. I'm sorry. My brain is just so scattered. But anyway, this was one of them, which I'm sure you've seen plenty of times, and I had seen plenty of times, but I saw it in a different way when she showed it. And this is Silent Flight Dimensions Gold collection. And I always loved the colors, and this time, I don't know, for some reason, I think it just reminded me of the Lord of the Rings because of the scenery, and also because they have the eagles, and I am a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me of Lord of the Rings. And actually now it reminds me of where I live, because we have mountains just like that, and actually there are eagles. Like there's a nest, like you can see it, like there. They have a big nest, I think, of eagles, and they come out, hunting on the fjord. And actually when we were looking at this house before we bought it, there was, out the window, we saw an eagle fly by, like right here. So they are here. So we have eagles, and this could be here, really. So there's that one. And then the next one, it's actually not usually my style, but again, like just something about it struck me when she was showing it. And I think it's very different from what I have, and it's an older Dimensions. Does it say the year? 2004. Okay, so it's not that old. Well, it is actually not. Oh my God, that's 20 years ago. I still feel like the 2000s are just not that long ago, but they are. That's 20 years. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, so I got this also on eBay, and it's called Chair with Flowers. Yeah, and there's just something about, like, I don't know, just the light coming in, the floor, the vase, simple on the chair. The chair looks so realistic, and I'm sure when it's stitched up, it's just gonna look amazing. So I really liked that one, even though it's very different from anything I have, which is cool too. Here's the back, and it's from the US because it doesn't have the floss pre-sorted. And yeah, it says made and printed in the USA, and it's 14 count white Aida. I didn't tell you the details of the other one, sorry. That one is 16 count Aida, but yeah. So I really like this one. The last bit of haul. This is interesting. So my husband's grandmother, actually the one who I'm stitching the tablecloth for, if you've seen my previous videos, she gave me a Christmas tablecloth that her mother had started a long time ago when she was 93, before she passed away, and didn't get to finish it. So she asked me if I wanted to finish it. But anyway, her relative, not sure which, but her relative lives in California, and apparently they were talking on the phone, and my husband's grandmother said, oh yeah, she loves to cross stitch, talking about me. And the one who lives in the US got so excited because none of her relatives want to stitch or have interest in it, and she apparently was a big stitcher and has a whole room full of cross stitch that she's 80 something, so she won't have time to get to, and no one to pass it on to. So she sent me some of her stash of patterns, and that was so nice. They're a bunch of magazines, and some of them are the Perman brand, that is the Scandinavian brand. A lot of them are very old school, like this one, Tapestry Angel, really pretty. Well, in the back, it's all the Christmas angels from Marbeck. So it's got a lot of little angels, and I won't go through all of them, but just some of them, like things you can use as on a tablecloth, kind of designs like that. Some stockings, more angels. Let's see. I know there was one. Oh, this one. This one's cool because it's from the area I live in, which is called Sognefjordna is like the region, because we live on Sognefjord. That's a part of it. It's like a branch of the fjord that you can see in the front, and this is called Esafjorden. Okay, so this is that one. See? So I do want to stitch this one because it's from this area. And let's see. Yeah, it's just that one little clip from a magazine. So that's really cool. And what else can I show? Yeah, there's some flowers, more tablecloth things. Let's see. some stockings. Yeah, I went through all those. So super sweet that she sent me some things. And yeah. Okay. Get back in there. There we go. All right, so that was all I have for haul. And then I want to show you my plans, which they're not big plans, but they're something. And they kind of go along with the fact that I don't have much stitching time these days, even though I am on parental leave still. You know, it's so busy with just the move and trying to get everything organized and then watching the baby and then my daughter. So, and it's a much bigger house that we need to maintain and keep clean. But anyway, so this idea is a year-long challenge that I hope to do for myself, where I pick a project that, or I picked a project that it's not the funnest, the most fun to stitch on, but I really want to see it get progress. So I am planning to do one strand of floss every day for 1 year and see how far I get. And this one is actually one that I'm doing for my daughter, or it reminds me of my daughter. It's the Prairie Schooler 3 Billy Goat Scruff. She loves this story, and it's really big here in Norway, and they even like act it out in Barnehagen. That's like their daycare. They call it Barnehagen, which means child garden. So in their daycare, kindergarten, they often, I don't know, act out this story. So it depicts really the whole story. Trolls are also very big here in Norway. There's legends of trolls living in mountains. So yeah, I really want to do this one for her. And there's another pattern on the back that goes with it. It's just a smaller version, and it says Troll Bridge. And one day I might do that for my son if he also likes the story. But it is big. Let's see, does it say? The large one is 132 by 115. And the smaller one is just 71 by 70. So yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, let me show you. I posted my starting point on Instagram, which I'll try to insert a picture of where my starting point was. And I hadn't got very far, but now I've done, so I started it March 2nd on her birthday. Now is the 6th, and I haven't done it today. So I only did it 4 days, 1 strand a day. I had started originally, there was the 3 and this goat. So far I've done Billy Goats and then part of a letter in those days. So it doesn't take long, and I can just stitch 1 strand a day. So I'm getting some stitching every day and some progress every day. Now I haven't done the horns on the goat yet because I don't think I had the color. I hope I do now. But I haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to do if I have a strand and then it only has a few stitches in the area. But I think what I'm going to do is if what I stitch only has less than half a thread, I'll do another strand. If it's more than half a thread, I'll just call it a day. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this gets me by the end of 1 year. Oh, and if you want to do something similar, I'm using hashtag, what is it? I wrote it down. Hashtag 1 strand a day, but it's the number 1. So the number 1 strand a day on Instagram. So that'd be cool if you wanted to pick a project and just get some progress, but maybe it's something you don't want to stitch on a lot at one time. And we can all just, yeah, if you want to post your starting point and then stitch along, it'd be really cool to see how far everybody gets with just 1 strand a day for a year. And what was I going to say? Oh, I think I'm going to post a weekly progress on this. I'm not going to post every single day on Instagram with this, but I think once a week I can update my progress. And this is on the called for fabric, which is 32 count lamb's wool. By, let me see, who is it by? It is by, I know they have the called for, I think, in here. Do they? Yeah, Witchelt. And it's just DMC floss. But the goats, they are some thick stitching, so I'm gonna, hopefully that would be really cool if I could finish it by her next birthday. All right, next, my last thing kind of to show stitching wise, I was wondering, since I finished my sampler, I was like, okay, what should be my next project to keep downstairs as my TV stitching? And I wanted it to be something small-ish, something easy to work with. So I took out my wheel of whips that I have on my app, and sorry, oh, itchy. My wheel of whips, and spun it. And if it was going to be a big project, then I would just spin it again. But it landed on one that was doable, and it is a stitch along, which is, so I don't have a picture of it, but it's the Dark Goddess stitch along from Witch's Garden Crafts that already ended last year, but that's the one I picked that came up. So I haven't got very far. I think it was a half a year stitch along, so they released 2 goddesses every month. And yeah, I haven't got very far, but I think I'm on Persephone was the first one, and it shows her half during the day and half in the underworld at night. And each goddess she released, she has a description and the mythology of them. And I'm doing it on one of the fabrics that was made for this project, and this one was from Stitchy Ferret, and it's an opalescent, I want to say it was called Midnight, hand-dyed, Ada, 14 count Ada, because there's another stitch along that I'm doing from the same person who, it's the tarot stitch along, and that one is also on a 14 count opalescent Ada, so I wanted them to kind of match. But yeah, that's the one that I will be doing stitching on down here. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to stitch on it. I might say 1 month. Yeah, maybe I'll do a month and then switch it out. So I might do this to just the end of March, even though it won't be a full month, but yeah, till the end of March, and then I'll spin the wheel again and do my next one. So, you know, I might not have a ton of variety now to show for a little bit on this channel, but I should also have a focus piece for a bigger one or a more complicated one that I do up in my stitching room. So that'll probably spin the wheel with as well to pick what that's going to be. So that could be a full coverage, or it could be a dimensions like kit, something that's like more intensive where you need to switch or have blends and things like that. So I haven't decided that yet. Actually, oh no, I was going to do it now, but it's on my phone, so I won't do it now. But I will update you on my next floss tube. So now I think maybe I'll do these once a month. One, because of limited time, but also because of less variety. So you can actually see some progress. Once I have more time to stitch more things, I'll get back to, you know, every other week. But depends how much I have to show, I think, and my time. So the next thing, I think, let me see, was there anything else on here? Yeah, I'll do my tour of my stitching room at the end, and I'll show maybe some scenes around the new house. And a little life update. You already know that I moved, and it's really not a big move. It was just down the street. I live in a tiny, tiny town, like 800 people, and so we used to just live 5 minutes away, if that. So just a big move because it was a huge upgrade from unspace. We rented a house from kind of the town, and it was like part of a duplex, and it was just, I mean, it was spacious for an apartment, but not for a family of 4 now. It only had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 full bath. It had just the main living area we used as our like family room, TV room, office, dining room, and playroom. That was all in one room. And that was for 4.5 years. So it is about time. Now we have really 6 bedrooms, but we're using one as a playroom, one as an office, one as a guest room. But it's amazing. We all have our own room, plus all those rooms, and a little tiny stitching room, and, you know, the main living area I'm in right now, that doubles as like a dining room and TV room, you know, and the kitchen is nice and more updated, space for everything. It is awesome. And it's got this big deck here. There's also a balcony on the upstairs, big yard with actually beach access. Even though it's cold water, it's good to go in the cold water, good for your health. So I'll have to try and learn how to do that. But yeah, it's got a big shed, like 2 storage areas, a garage. I'm like, pinch me. But yeah, maybe I can show you just a little behind me. This way. There's the deck. We can grill out there in the summer. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm so happy with this house. And it's old. It was like built in 1942 or something, but updated a lot inside. Yeah, so I'm excited. Also, another life update was my daughter had a birthday. She turned 4. And I had my first ever party with kids that I hosted, which was a little stressful, but it was fun. And because we finally have space, we have a big table now, so it fit all the 8 kids around it. And then we had the moms here as well, so we had a full house. But yeah, it was a success. Yeah, what else? I have my son, who's 4.5 months now, just being with him. I'm surprised he slept this whole time. Yay. He's going through his little sleep regression or mental leap, so he still wakes up every night. So I've had 4.5 months of little sleep. So yeah, that's been fun. Hopefully that calms down soon. Yeah, so I think that's all. I've been trying to watch my Flosstube, but I have not really had a chance to watch much. But hopefully soon. I really miss stitching and Flosstube and all of that. So thank you for sticking with me through all of this, and I hope to be back within a month or so. Okay, bye. Okay, we're coming into my little stitching room. Really half a room, but it's perfect and cozy. And I'll take you on a little tour. So I just have a little bookshelf here with some of my stitching. And this little drawer thingy used to be my only stash of cross stitch, which has grown to this whole room. But let's quickly take a look. That's a part for my Lowry stand, and this has kind of odds and ends, like in here, things for floss drops and needles, needle minders, and just some odds and ends. This drawer, my stitching journal, some bobbin boxes, and a little bit of extra floss. This is my 310 cone of death. Top drawer, we have some Q-snap and supplies and some grime guards and a couple little project bags. And then my Stitchy chair, just a rocking chair that I'm hoping will work for now, next to my Lowry stand, and my footrest doubles as storage. So underneath there we have just some finishing supplies. Then my box of whips. Yeah, these are my active whips, which take up this entire box. I have room for like maybe 3 more. So then, let's see, come over to my favorite part. Just close the door. It's a little creaky, so I'm gonna just kind of shut it all the way. This whole closet for storage. So first side is all my floss. I can finally hang it up instead of taking up my daughter's closet. or going into my husband's. So yeah, I don't have a full set, but it's my DMC just that I have that is not in other kits at the moment. Here we have a couple bags of, oh yeah, so not all my whips were in that box because I have these 4. One is the giant tablecloth, one is the blanket I'm working on for my son, and the other 2 are full coverages that I didn't have big enough project bags for. Then underneath is frames, empty frames that I can eventually use. On the top we have some essential oils because I have a little diffuser in here, and that bag is my finished stamped cross stitches from back in the day that I showed on another floss tube, and just some scrap fabric. On the other side, my favorite is fabric, things I have kitted up but haven't started, patterns and kits. It fits everything just perfectly. I mean, I have room for fabric, not kits, but, and kitted up projects. But anyway, starting with the fabrics, I don't have a ton, but I have a few hand dyed and some, what do you call it, printed, and some in the back that I found at some thrift stores. These are the larger pieces, and I have smaller pieces here of hand dyed, some extra from the printed that I cut up. I have a little bit of extra even weave and smaller Ada, and these were just some packets of Ada, some that I got in a D-stash and some that I just got from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. These are the ones, the projects that I have kitted up but have not yet started. So I have some smaller ones. I have the larger ones, you can't really see them, so I'm not going to take them all out, but I have some more Corbett Zodiac Girls and a few of the Year in the Woods. And then I have my patterns. Again, I'm not going to go through them all, but these are the Year in the Woods, the rest of them. I have like some magazines. Oh, no, keep going to those. Okay. Some old school magazine. Yeah, and I just have some more Corbett and what do you call it, Hawkrun Hollow, and things that I eventually want to start. And in the back, same thing, except some are like older from D-stashes. And then I also have the Blackbird Designs Magical Mystery Tour in there somewhere from the Beatles collection. And my kits, there are 2 rows. I don't know if you can see the back. There's some natural light behind me from the playroom coming in, but yeah, I can't really fit more. So that's a sign. But the Dimensions and Dimensions Gold are in the back. Then we have all my other brands in the front, so it's perfect fit. And I think that's all. The only other thing is just, I have this little like mood setting corner with my diffuser and some candles, some cross stitching that's finished, decorations in those drawers. It's not crafty, but I have some like kind of essential oil stuff and some books and yeah, just kind of other things. But since we're here, I can show you the playroom. It's awesome. They finally have a place to stash, well, right now just my daughter because my son is just 4 months, but she can stash all her mini toys instead of taking up the whole living room. And it's just so charming and cute. And I've gotten comments that it looks like something out of a haunted house movie, horror film, because it has these little cubbies that are finished, so she can go and play in there, which is really cool, like a little fort. She has her stuffed animals and blankets in there. But look at this view from their window. Oh my god. Oh, really? She's gonna be so spoiled growing up here. She's not gonna realize how beautiful this is. It'll just be regular to her, but oh, I am just in love. So it's good that I'm not stitching in this room because I would just be distracted. Yeah. So that is about it for now. And then it's nice because eventually when the kids are playing together when they're older, they can be in here and I can be sitting in here stitching, and then they have to get through me to get out the door, so I know what they're up to. But yeah, I'm so excited. That was it. Bye.